Hi.
Hey, EJ, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. Getting used to the life in LA, dating American man, doing perfect match in real life.
I mean, you seem like it's a struggle dating American men. What's been the struggle?
Oh my God. Yeah, the struggle started with like hundreds of cameras. So that was interesting. But yeah, it's been interesting dating. Like I feel like I had some kind of like crash course on how to date American men since a year.
Was it weird? Was it awkward? How was the experience? Was it not good?
Oh wow. The experience was, it was crazy because you know what? When I first came in the house, I felt like this was Love is Blind. I felt like
Mhm.
it was like a real, like love, show because also I was with my first match with Shane, who just got out of like a crazy marriage. So I was like really into it, romantically speaking. And
Mhm.
then it started going crazy. Yeah.
Can you do me a favor for people that are not familiar with Perfect Match? Explain that for folks.
Okay. Okay. So Perfect Match is a little bit like the Avengers. They took the like crazy people from the biggest Netflix show. We're talking
Mhm.
200 Handle, Love Is Blind, The Mole, The Circle, etc. And they've put all of those guys in a house to date each other. So yeah, it ended up being Hunger Games.
Did that literally drive you crazy? Because I just want to put it out there. I feel like it would low key drive me insane.
It did. I'm not gonna lie. I was already a little bit crazy before, but I think it drove me even more crazy. It was a lot.
Why do you feel like it did drive you crazy?
I'm always like someone who loves to take time when it comes to dating
Right.
and get to know people and put their ego aside. Because the thing is, like after I went on the circle, my dating life was a lot like people were like, oh, it's that girl from the circle. So when I went on Perfect Match, I kind of wanted to make sure that I put my ego on the side and I get to know, like genuinely those people beyond like thinking about whether there were celebrities outside of the house, etc. And so yeah, having like a lot of people like being driven by different things, some of them by their ego, some of them by clout, some of them really like there for love. Like I'm thinking, for example, Dom, who's like really genuine on the show. It was just like, yeah, it was driving me crazy.
Do you feel like a lot of people didn't necessarily put their ego aside when they came to the show? Like how you say you put your ego aside, you really wanted to meet these people for who they are. But in these certain situations, do you feel like that a lot of people were like banking on their ego? Oh, they need to be getting with me because I am from blank or et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thankfully for me, since I was, like not I was the only one from Netflix friends, so no one really knew me. So at least I think no one really went for me for their egos. At least I had that for me. But
Right.
yeah, I think of course, like when it comes to dating, even in real life, it's hard to put always your ego aside when it comes to dating someone. But that being said, I think there was more ego between boys and girls than between girls. Like a lot of, apart from a little bit of beef that happened between, like Savannah, Francesca, etc., and what you see on the show. I think the good thing about this reality show is that the culture wasn't toxic in between girls. There was a lot of like us supporting each other, and I was there for that. I really wanted, to have this kind of like show where you have actually like girls not just objectifying themselves and competing between each other, but I wanted, us to uplift each other. And in that sense, I think the girls managed to put their ego aside and be there for each other most of the time.
Had you met any of the cast members before?
No, but some of them slided into my DM.
Woo, let's talk about that. So you get these DMs. Was it before the show? That I'm assuming they slid into your DMs.
Oh yeah, that was before the show. My first match slided into my DMs, but it was friendly at the beginning. Honestly, it was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like it was nothing very flirtatious, but like when we saw each other in their house, we're like, "Okay, let's keep the conversation going." And to be fair, I didn't even knew because after the show, so I realized yesterday that I didn't see any of my DMs on Instagram. I just realized that I had a setting on that kind of hided all of my DMs. And I was like, it's so weird. I thought that in America, I would have some men or girls or whatever sliding into my DM. You have Drake and everyone talking about that. About all those dudes. And I was like, does American people do not slide into my DM? What's going on? But it was my Instagram setting. So
You wanted to slide into the DM action. That's what you wanted.
I expected it. You know, my friends were like, don't worry, people are going to slide into your DM. And so, yeah.
Can I just say that there is something that's so exciting whenever you get a DM from someone and it's like, wow, you're really sliding into my DMs. And you know what? I don't, not to say that I don't approve, but I don't dislike this.
Exactly. I mean, I get more excited having like, you know, some like, you know, cool people sliding into my DM than teeth whitening partnership, you know?
But listen, when we do get the teeth whitening partnership, we're not going to turn that down either.
We're not going to turn it down either. I mean, look at those teeth, you know? Clearly I got that DM.
Do me a favor and tell me, how long did it take for you to film an episode or for you to do the show in general?
We took like 2 months to film, like I actually like more like 6 weeks. But yeah, it was it was literally nonstop. So like that was a lot.
So before we even signed on to Zoom, one of my friends was here at the station who won the circle. I think it was like season 3 of the US circle, or maybe season 3. And he was just going through all of the rules that you guys had to abide by. What are some of the rules that people wouldn't even think about that you guys had to, follow?
What, on Perfect Match? Honestly, like there weren't like any specific rules. It was just like whenever there was something technical, there was like, guys, hard eyes, meaning you can't talk, like because they want to make sure that everything is happening on camera and everything is like spontaneous and real.
Right.
But other than that, honestly, it was the wild, wild west. Like Netflix let us do whatever we had to do. You know, there was a bar, there was everything. The only thing that was missing though, it was music. We didn't have music, but we had like, other than that, there was no rules to abide by. It was the Wild West.
Why do you feel like that you couldn't have music?
I don't know, I guess because if they put music on, we can't talk and therefore they can't film. So like sometimes we're just like going, that's it.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah,
I live my life like listening to music and
you know what? I'm with you. Sometimes they were giving us like 1 minute or 2 minutes just to talk to our family. I wasn't even calling my family. I was literally listening to like a Billie Eilish or whatever, like music, just to like put me back in the mood. Not that Billie Eilish is necessarily the best one to put you in an uplifting mood, but
I get what you're saying. I mean, music is universal. Like, if the words speak to you, they speak to you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Is there anything that you said on the show or anything that you did that you wish that you can take back?
I am someone like, I'm a like hard believer that I never regret anything that I do. And like, if you do a failure, for me, it's like learning. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. Like I wouldn't take anything back. Can
you do me a favor and tell me about your company?
Oh my God, Skulls. So that was my baby. I've been like working on this company for 3 years. Now we're working like on the operational marketing team to launch it. But yeah, it's basically a company that it was born from my personal story because I'm half French, half Moroccan. I grew up in Morocco, then I lived in London. And basically I started this company when I was doing a lot of boxing. I used to do amateur fights. And I always felt like a little bit dirty after my fights. And so I just wanted to create like better personal hygiene, self-care product. So we've been working on that. So I'll let you know guys when it launched, but it's going to be coming in the next few months.
Ooh, the next few months.
Yes, sir.
You just got like an exclusive tidbit right there.
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor. Tell me, what are you working on next?
Okay. So there's a few things. I always like the idea of, you can tick many boxes, but you don't have to fit into one. You can do like many things. And I know that a lot of people who do reality show end up staying in reality show. But I genuinely believe that, there's nothing limiting in the society we live in now. We can do whatever. So what I want to do next is, I'm going more into scripted. I'm, doing like a lot of casting at the moment for acting. So that's one thing. I'm also like designing, I've been designing a jewelry line that I adore. I've been like doing creative direction. I just love to touch into like a lot of different things. And most importantly, I've been working a lot with an association that helps single mother. I'm very invested in like feminism in general and this association. So whatever I can do to help people who do not have, the voice and the reach that I can have is, my passion point at every project that I try to, take on.
Absolutely. What is your dream acting role?
Oh, wow. A dream acting role? That's, I would say, I mean, I do like having a very strong woman. Like, I would say, like growing up in Morocco, or like many other like young girls, sometimes we feel like unseen, we feel like misunderstood because maybe we like to be sexy, we like to be feminine, we like to be fun, and therefore we're not going to be taken seriously. And I would love to take on that role of this like incredibly like strong, powerful woman who actually like live in this world where there's double standard, which to be fair is our world. And I don't know, do something crazy. Either she has superpower, or she end up like blowing the place, or like some very powerful woman who end up like making things right, and fighting for justice, whatever. If it's in the 18th century, if it's in like 100 years, I don't care. I just want to play this kind of woman.
Yes, we love that modern woman energy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for jumping on Zoom and chatting with us.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Take it easy.